Uyo uko kuno apo pano mamuona kere nai.
Right, 14 June 2021, and today I've got a big delegation from the Zimbabwe People's Party. That will be the first segment of our show, and then we're going to go to the story that everyone is going to be waiting for, which is coming in at 10 past. So I've got Mr. Jason Midzi. Please introduce your delegation, and let's quickly go to why we're here.
Hello, my name is Jason Midzi. I'm the Director of Communications and Publicity in the Zimbabwe People's Party. Tonight, I've got two important guests to introduce to Gambaku Media and to the general Zimbabwe populace. I've got Mr. Stephen Mtambuwa. He's a man we have been together since the year of the formation of the Zimbabwe People's Party in 2019. He's a distinguished person. He has worked very hard in the party because of our meritocracy policy. He deserved and he was seen to be suitable to challenge President Mnangagwa in 2023. So he is our torchbearer, the Zimbabwe People's Party torchbearer in 2023. He is our president. And with us tonight as well is Ms. Anne-Marie Langerveld. She's a distinguished woman as well, a woman of mixed race in Zimbabwe. Her story is very important to the people of mixed race in Zimbabwe. Not many of them had started taking part in politics, and she has come first and said, yes, I want to start to take part in politics because there are things that need to be corrected. So Mary is our party official spokesperson. Thank you very much, Mr. Gambaku. Over to you.
Right. So I would like us to obviously talk to the candidate, Mr. Steve Mtambuwa. How are you, sir? How are you feeling being nominated as the 2023 presidential candidate for ZPP? Right. I think we're having a network issue, so I cannot hear Mr. Mtambuwa. Can you hear him, Mr. Midzi?
No.
Okay, so let us continue quickly while he's sorting out the sound. What was the rationale behind the decision to appoint Mr. Mtambuwa? I know previously he was a candidate for Kwadzana, if I'm not mistaken. What happened? What was the change?
What changed is that in Zimbabwe People's Party, we believe in the best person at that point in time. That's what we call meritocracy. By merit, the person doing well at that particular time in the party. Mr. Mtambuwa was the highest achiever in the party. He likes to get things done. It's not that everyone is not doing well. Everyone is doing well, but there is that cadre who excelled more than all of us. So that's the rationale that was used to appoint him.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I just want to give Anne-Marie a chance to speak. What is your position in the ZPP and what are your plans for 2023?
Well, for me, it has been a fantastic journey. Minister of Education and Policy. And I say it couldn't have fallen into the best hands, like the best ever. My father is still a headmaster at a private school in Zimbabwe. So he's added 40 plus years of education into our economy. So I come from that background. I want to change the way our education system is. So 2023, I'm just like, put us there. There are people that know my father, Sydney Ben Langeveld, is a legacy on his own. And the school that I went to, Berin Primary School, it is a cornerstone for all these beautiful mindsets. So I'm hoping we can capitalize on the value of what we all bring to the table. Intelligence. We are so intelligent. Why are things not working? It's because not enough intelligent people are sitting at that pecking table. We need to start putting ourselves into that area and be like, we're interested now, because if we are not, it will go to a pecking order that doesn't understand the global aspect, the global impact. And mostly the suffering will be the casual people. the ones that have no voice. And it's a cycle that we definitely want to break. And through education, that is the way that I am forging forward with my role. So a very important one for me.
Okay, so guys, today I have got another show coming up just now. I would like us to wrap up. Mr. Mtambu, are you back with us? Are you able to hear us? Are you able to talk to us? Okay, we are not able to hear him, but what we're going to do is that we'll try again. You guys have a slot here at Gabako Media, Wednesdays, that was your day. Let's have a date on Wednesday where we can have this resolved, the sound issues on Mr. Mtambua's side. But congratulations for your nomination as the presidential candidate for ZPP. Mr. Midzi, is there anything else you want to say before we close?
Simply that Mr. Mtambua and his team at Zimbabwe People's Party are going to force a three-party state in Zimbabwe for a start. We started in 1980 as a one-party state, which Mr. Mugabe forced himself on the nation. We came to a two-party state in 1999 when MDC came onto the stage, but that situation has not brought any fruits to Zimbabwe. The three-party state is coming 2023. It's not going to be a walk in the park for the old horses. We are coming. We want to make Zimbabwe work again.
Okay, that was fantastic, and thank you very much for joining us today on Gambako Media. And
thank you for having us.
Yes. So I think this was very short, and I would like to invite you guys again next week to come and we talk. I'm going to be going on to the next segment, and you guys are free to depart from the studio. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Uko kuno apo pano mamu wanna get it night.
Right, so it's 14 June 2021, and today I want to quickly go through what has been a very interesting story over the past weekend, and I want to give you a bit of behind the scenes of what was happening from Friday. This story was broken by Hearts and Soul TV, and they tweeted, I don't know what happened after that. They tweeted that President Mnangagwa was going to be meeting at that particular time. A meeting was taking place between President Mnangagwa and MDCT President Douglas Mwonzora. So I want to do this justice, and I want to give both sides, because this meeting has caused a lot of trouble or problems in the MDCT, and it has also brought about a lot of secrets between the two contenders in the MDCT. The different factions in the MDCT have been putting out different information. So let us go through what has been said, and let's conclude with my opinions. So the meeting happened on Friday, and it has been confirmed. If you go to gambako.com now, there is a press statement by Mr. Lloyd Damba, who is the spokesperson for all the presidents. And he says in his statement that this meeting indeed took place between President Mnangagwa and the Vice President, General Chiwenga, and the President of the MDCT, Douglas Mwonzora, Senator Douglas Mwonzora. So the purpose of the meeting has not been disclosed, what was happening in the meeting. However, the Standard newspaper has released details of what was happening in the meeting. They say that a government of national unity is being planned. So that is where all this started, all these problems with this meeting. They started with the speculation by the Standard newspaper that a GNU, or a government of national unity, is being planned. if you understand what has been happening, President Mnangagwa has refused to meet anybody out of Poland. And Senator Douglas Mwonzora is not in Poland. However, something has changed. President Mnangagwa has agreed to meet someone out of Poland, a leader of a major opposition party. And when they met, this meeting has not been announced up front. It was basically considered a secret meeting. I have talked to people in the MDCT, and according to the information that I received, Senator Douglas Mwonzora had not informed his top leadership. That is the Vice President, Thokozani Kupe, the Vice President, Elias Mzuri, and people like Committee were in the dark about the meeting. What happened is, as he was driving to the meeting, he then called each of the leaders in MDC and told them that he was going to meet the president and the meeting was going to happen at that very moment. So basically, this was a secret meeting which had not been announced, which was unknown to the leadership. And I've also been informed that Senator Douglas Mwonzora and his leadership team, after being questioned by the standing committee as to why they went to have this meeting without informing the meeting, and as questions started to come in the WhatsApp group of the leadership of the MDCT, they had to go and block anyone else from sending messages. So as it stands, as of now, none of the standing committee members in MDCT can send messages except the senior or the president himself and his closest people. So this is a very, very serious issue in the MDCT. It is considered to have been a serious secret meeting. It is considered to have been having an agenda that was not known to the senior leadership. It was not discussed with the standing committee, and it's causing a lot of chaos. Now, let's go to the speculation by the Standard newspaper and the response. So I want to start with the response by Senator Mwonzora. He spoke to the newspaper. So he says there are two things. The thing was that I went to pay a courtesy call as leader of the opposition in parliament to the president and head of state. The second one was to deliver the MDC's concrete proposals for dialogue as I was instructed by Congress. The meeting was cordial and respectful. The president, who was accompanied by the vice president, undertook to reply to our proposals, after which you would have formal discussions on the matter. So I want you to take note of two key things. The first one is that Senator Douglas Mwonzora admits that he went by himself based on his mandate from Congress. The second is that he took a proposal on dialogue. However, you cannot take a proposal on dialogue without talking to a standing committee, to your vice presidents, which is why, if you look at President Mnangagwa, he did not come to that meeting alone. He brought his vice president, probably a lot of other advisors on his side. So President Mnangagwa was prepared for the meeting. He had his people, whereas Senator Douglas Mwonzora went by himself. He was not accompanied by his advisors. So obviously, we're going to see much more here. There is a lot. And the biggest problem I see here is that Senator Douglas Mwonzora might end up getting a raw deal because his advisors are not there. He might end up getting a deal which is not what he expected from the obviously seasoned advisors and negotiators who were in the room when he went by himself. However, I did talk to people in Senator Mwonzora's camp, and they said it is not, he doesn't have to consult if he wants to go to a meeting. He could go to any meeting that he wants to go to as the president of the MDCT has the mandate to do so. He also revealed, so one of my sources that I talked to revealed that some people in the MDCT have been having meetings with people like Chamisa. So I'm saying this, of course, I don't have the full details of who they meant, but there is that accusation that came out that some of the leaders in the MDCT have been secretly negotiating with Chamisa, and this is information that is known, that they've been going behind the back of Senator Mwonzora, trying to cut deals with people like Chamisa, and this is one of the reasons, obviously, why this meeting was kept secret. But obviously, more information is going to come by as we go. But clearly, the proposal has been made for dialogue. It has been sent to President Mnangagwa. It's not just dialogue. It's going to be more. If you go to President Mnangagwa, you cannot just go and say, we're not in Poland, but we want to talk here. I'm sure that the proposal has been made for working together, even beyond 2023. This is something that I've been saying for a very, very long time. It is possible, even given the COVID situation, that we might end up not having the 2023 election. Instead, we end up having an arrangement. And this is not only in Zimbabwe. In South Africa here, there's a situation where they were even thinking of postponing the local government elections. So it's possible that this could happen. The election in Zimbabwe could get postponed, especially if the two biggest parties in parliament agree to do so. I do not see why that is not possible. Right, I want to end it here. I don't want to talk things that I don't know. So if you want to see the official statement of the MDCT issued by Mr. Lloyd Gamba, go to gambako.com. You also see a statement that was issued by Mr. Witness Dube. He issued a statement when we asked him in the morning. And they're all saying the same. The meeting was there. It was held. But it was not a secret meeting. It is the responsibility, or it is in the power of the president of the MDCT to hold his own meetings. So let us look at the comments here very, very quickly. Let's see if there's anything that is interesting. Right. Albert Kumalo is saying, jokes of the day, Mr. Mitzi. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's go to Majoni Utete. I don't see 2023 elections coming. I think you're spot on. The elections in 2023, very, very doubtful, especially if an arrangement is reached. The two biggest parties in parliament, the Senate, if they agree, the elections are dead in the water. They won't come at all. Let's look at Majoni. Majoni seems to know something. I see Mwonzora being the third vice president. Third vice president, it's not in the constitution, but the constitution could easily be amended if the two sides agree. Is this possible? I think this is possible. How about a prime minister? How about a leader of the opposition? That doesn't need any amendment to the constitution. So it's possible that this could happen. There's a lot of permutations here. All I can tell you is that Chamisa is not going to smell State House in 2023 because of lack of order, lack of organization, and because of being outmaneuvered. So clearly, if you are in the MDC alliance right now, you should be thinking twice. Think about 2028, 2030. That is where you should be looking at. And these guys, if they put in Senator Douglas Mwonzora into one of the leadership positions in Zimbabwe, in the Zimbabwe government, this will probably be taken as a good thing. There's too much polarization in Zimbabwe. There's too much. Imagine if the MDC alliance was going to come in and they get 1/3 of the votes. MDCT gets 1/3 of the votes. ZANU-PF gets 1/3 of the votes, or 2/3, and MDCT gets a few. It will be chaos again. The parliament of Zimbabwe has been a problem. They've caused all these problems we have. Politics in Zimbabwe has got totally no direction. So I think this is something that would bring a bit of order if it was to happen. And it is about to happen if what I'm saying here or what we're seeing here happens. This meeting is significant. President Mnangagwa has not met anyone since 2018 who is an opposition leader outside of Poland. But he has done it this time. What has changed? What is the plan going forward? Think about it. It is about to happen. Then let's go to Skumbuzo Banda, Chakafugidza Imba Matenga. Just wait and see, MDCT. So Chakafugidza Imba MDCT Matenga. Just wait and see. I think there's a lot more to happen in MDCT, especially if it's true that the other guys have been negotiating with Chamisa on the side. But I hope that is just a statement. If one of the key leaders of the MDC has been negotiating with Chamisa, they're going to totally lose out. And I hope that this is just a statement. Right, let's go to Perpetua Mringani. Gamba, my party is ready for elections and we follow the constitution. Yes, we do follow the constitution, but if the situation changes, if there is more COVID, if there's an agreement between the parties for a government of national unity, I do not see why that could not happen. Then let's go to Trevor Handawana. I'm not going to display your comment. And then who is Mwonzora? That is Hector. And then let's go to, I want to look at someone here who's got an important comment. Right, Denimas Temba. I knew you would end up dissing Chamisa. That is your objective. What guarantee do you have that ED and Chiwenga will be alive in 2023? How do you know? I don't know anything about who will be alive or dead. I don't know if I am going to be alive. No one knows. What I'm saying to you is that Chamisa and his political party, they've been outmaneuvered. And they'll be outmaneuvered even more if there's a GNU. Secondly, Chamisa has been begging for dialogue. He's been begging to meet President Mnangagwa. All of us know this. He has failed to do it, to meet President Mnangagwa. If you look at Senator Douglas Mwonzora, he has been methodical. He has been agreeable. He has attended the meetings that President Mnangagwa has called in Victoria Falls. And also, I'm sure he's attended quite a number of government functions. He has not been aggressive in his discussions with President Mnangagwa. And he has called out for discussions. That strategy has worked. Chamisa, on the other hand, he tried SADC. He tried the media in South Africa. He tried demonstrations. All that did not work. Now, imagine if after the elections, Chamisa had taken this new approach, this strategy of engagement. Where were we going to be now? So I'm not dissing Chamisa. I'm not disrespecting him, but his strategy has totally failed. The strategy of the MDC of aggressive confrontation has not worked. And I think Senator Douglas Mwonzora has got an approach here that is going to work. Right, let me then conclude with, I want something nice here. One-on-one. Chamisa making all the wrong moves. It's true. I agree. And if his strategists don't change the way they approach the situation, Chamisa might end up never even being able to test power in Zimbabwe forever, because strategy is important. How do you achieve the things that you want to achieve? How do you get President Mnangagwa on the table to talk to you? Think about that. Do you go and fight him in public? Do you confront him and then do you scream and kick and call all the people from outside Zimbabwe to come and help? Do you call the ANC? You see, all these things fail to work. Look at a man who has strategically managed to find a method to meet the president and probably to get into an official position through engagement and through discussions. I think this has been very, very smart. And I know Senator Douglas Mwonzora is that kind of person that you can easily underestimate, but you end up achieving the things that he wanted to achieve. And I think that is what has happened here. You said, Gambako, you heavily contributed on outmaneuvering Chamisa with your Mandaza and Pugeni. No, man. We didn't outmaneuver anybody. In fact, I just think that the MDC Alliance, they failed to read the mood. They failed to read the opponent, and they went on a frontal attack. I always tell people, don't go on the frontal attack on a powerful enemy. Go and attack him on the flanks. And this is what I think is being done here by Senator Douglas Mwonzora. Imagine if you went to the election in 2023, how many votes would you get? He would obviously not become a vice president. But if he attacks from the flank and negotiates, you end up in a very, very top position. Zimbabwe would end up with the official leader of the opposition, which is what is happening here. I think I've said enough for today. Please go and look at those official statements. And I'm sure that tomorrow's newspaper will have a lot on this story. This is a big, big story. President Mnangagwa has not met an opposition leader since he came into office outside of Poland. And this has happened. And do not take this for granted. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow with Mr. Fedias Nteneri, if I can get hold of him. My load shedding has gone. So this week, I've only had load shedding, I think on Friday. So I should be back to normal from tomorrow onwards. Thank you very much and good night.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.